G'day, today we're going to talk about a tiny little stove. This guy right here, this is a Snow Peak GigaPower 2.0. What that means is, well, I'm talking about the 2.0. 2.0 version has a piezo igniter, so you don't have to go around and ask for a flame, or carry a lighter around, or matches. Now, you might be wondering, you're a car camping guy, you're not a backpacker, you're not a hiker, why you want one of these? Well, I've got one, I wanted one, deal with it. Let's talk about the stove itself. This is not the stove, this is the case that stove comes with it. Funny. Let me take it out of the plastic container. It's a pretty easy thing to do. Just pull this lid out and pull the stove out. If you can't figure it out, ask your 3-year-old. Since we got it out from the box, I'll show you what's the piezo igniter look like. So this little white part is the piezo igniter, and this is how you're going to operate it. You have to hard press it, just like so, and when you're doing that, there will be a little spark going to the stove head throughout this white little thingy. Well, that's how you start the ignition process of the stove, if that makes sense. And you might think, well, I've got this, and that's another question I'm going to answer in a couple of minutes. This one apparently weighs about 90 grams, which is pretty light, and I do love the design. When you think about something in this caliber, there are always heaps of different options that you can choose from, starting from Cedar Summit or Nature Hike or MSR. Those are the big products in the market that you can choose from. This particular one, I do really love the design. It's not the best one in the market, but it still costs you an arm or leg to buy this. But I do really enjoy having this. To answer the question why I have it in my pack, let me do a bit of a demonstration. So this is a Snow Peak cup. Side note, this little package will fit inside a 300 milliliter Snow Peak cup perfectly. Look at this, nice. On the other hand, this is a 450 milliliter cup. I'm gonna make a tea. It will fit nicely on top of the stove, this one, and then release the gas. There you go. Now we have to wait. Let me tell you why I have a system like this in my camping setup. And just because of when you want to have a tea or coffee every time, starting a wood fire is inefficient. So this is a predominant setup for my tea and coffee. It's pretty easy to access, I know where it is. Grab it, screw the sucker in, and the lighter up. I had to change spots because it's pretty windy out here. So what I'm going to do is, it's about to boil, I'm going to add the tea bag. These are the best tea bags in the world. They call it Delma. I'm going to put one sucker in, alright, and then leave it there for 5 minutes. Let's talk about 5 good things about this stove. Ultra light and ultra compact and great design. I do really like the reliability, and the 5th thing is it has a piezo igniter built into it. What that means is, well, again, you don't have to ask for a lighter, or just you don't have to carry a lighter. One less thing to carry around. I'm going to leave it as is for the next 3 minutes to simmer up and then combine all that amazing Dilmah flavor into this cup of tea. So 5 worst things about this product. The cost is a big one. It costs you 80 bucks. That's a ridiculous amount for a stove. You can get a fair bit of like the big stove with that money. And number 2, let me explain. See those metal feet doesn't have any grip whatsoever. So unless you're on a level ground, just lost your dinner. Number 3 is this particular version doesn't come with a wind deflector. You can buy it off from their website, and then again it's going to cost you a bit more as well. And number 4 is you can't really use a big sort of a pot on it because the flame head is really small and it's not going to distribute too much energy to the outside. So that's number 4. And number 5 is due to there is no wind deflection around here, it's going to cost you a fair bit of fuel. Oh well. That's the tea done, the review's done. Comment, like, and subscribe. See you on the next one.